Okay, please, I'll need your clearance to start. I'll need your clearance to start. If you're sure we can. Okay, before I start, I I just want to get some responses. Please, I is there anyone? Please, if you are you confused with what I've just showed you? Are you a bit confused? Please, anyone actually confused? Okay. All right. Thank you. I'm so excited that I'm really not wasting my time. All right, so that's nice. I'm impressed. I basically the what I want you guys to understand, even though you're learning, all right, I just wanted to pick up some of the acronyms I'm talking about. Of course, when I was talking about virtualization, of course, I talked about a couple of acronyms, and I'm happy. I'm so excited. I'm able to show you some of those acronyms here. Like I talked about VMs. All right. So your virtual anywhere you see VMs, you should know that it's virtual machine. The cloud is not just hype; it's actually real. That's the truth. A lot of infrastructures are moving. A lot of multinational companies, like the likes of MTN, a lot of banking firms are moving their hardware to the cloud. They are migrating because that's actually the future. So if you're learning anything that has to do with IT, man, I'll strongly advise you go into the cloud. Get the basics, then go into using the cloud. You can start going for a particular vendor, whether it's Amazon, or Microsoft, which is your Azure, Microsoft Azure, or Google Cloud Platform. So these are like the core vendors when it comes to cloud services. Alibaba is probably coming up. You have what's that guy? Oracle. Oracle is also coming up on the cloud. But when you're talking about uh, uh, best cloud, let's see. No, what am I saying? Best cloud providers, cloud service providers. You always say Amazon because they're actually like the the yeah. You always see Amazon. You can see top cloud-based service providers. You have Amazon. You have Microsoft Azure. You have Google Cloud Platform. You have Alibaba. So these are like key companies that have giant cloud services. All right, so these are like key companies. So Amazon will always top it because they came into the cloud business, started the cloud business before even Microsoft's there copying and all of that. So just came into the cloud after the so Amazon was already making wave. So Microsoft, Google were already that focused on the cloud. Alibaba just started following up because they saw that the cloud is a feature. IBM has been there on the cloud, but they weren't that strong. So all these guys, Amazon came to beat them up. So the cloud is actually the big thing because when you're talking about big data, AI, all these things are on the cloud. You can't start building your own, gathering your own data on your own. All these things are on the cloud. Amazon have a lot of uh, cloud-based features for artificial intelligence and machine learning. Those guys are mad. So the cloud is the future. Do you understand? So if you go into IT, stick into the cloud. Even if you're not going into IT, just start having an idea of what's the cloud because you might work in an organization that all their features on the cloud, their offices on the cloud, everything is on the cloud. Their ERPs is on the cloud. So if you don't start getting used to the cloud, you actually be one step backward. So that's just basically that. So I've just showed you this one. What I just showed you is just like the technical part of building these systems, building these machines on the cloud, building this network on the cloud, and all of that. This is just the technical part. So don't just bore yourself with this, except you want to go into the technical part to be like a cloud engineer and all of that. That's where you can start considering these. But just have an idea of these things exist on the cloud. This is what you can do and all of that. That's what I really want you to understand. So the cloud is not just hype; it's actually true. Of course, you can see that I've done it real life for you to see that this is for real. It works. It's working. So actually, I know I actually use these on the cloud for testing purpose. I deploy the result system. So if I go to this URL, this IP address on the cloud, I deployed a software on this cloud. This is my cloud account. So you can see that this is just the software on the cloud, on the machine I deployed it on, all right, for testing purposes. Like I told you, I use this machine for my testing, all right, as a real life server on the cloud. So I use it to test. So if it's working here, then it can work on any other cloud-based provider or any other place I want to deploy it on the internet. So that's basically that on the cloud. So, oh, okay. So that's for the cloud. So moving forward, where's this guy? Okay, my system locked me out. So of course, I'm accessing this system on the cloud. These are the folders we created, right? All right. So the next thing I want to show you, I'll just show you one additional command. It's gonna be a networking command. After that, I'll I'll go back to our word processing and Excel. I will just wrap it up quickly there. Okay. So like I said, please just note everything I'm showing you today. Yeah. Okay. So sorry, I don't use these. I want to use my cloud terminal. No. Yes, take control of that. No, you're still using Didura. Okay, I want control. Yeah, I want control on my keyboard. All right, so now I'm using my cloud terminal. All right, it's no longer my Windows terminal. I needed to lock my keyboard to use this. All right, so I'm going to try one command, which of course I showed you, ping. This command is called Packet Internet Gopa. It is a command that is used for connectivity tests. You want to test for connectivity on your internet, right? You want to check your internet speed and all of that. You can use this command for connectivity tests. So am I able to reach Google server? So I'm going to use this. Why would I reach? I'm currently using Google's cloud server, so I will be able to reach their server. So of course, it's replying. It's currently replying. Can you believe it? Can you see the time it has to leave? 0.868 milliseconds. Have you seen the speed? Meaning that the cloud is actually is Google server, is one of Google's servers, so you can see the speed. So let me go to my computer and let's look at the speed. Let's look at the time. So let me spin up my computer terminal. No, sorry, this is not my computer terminal. Let me unlock my keyboard. Okay, I locked it. Okay, yeah. Now note the speed side by side. Let me shift this. Let me bring this way so I can look at the speed side by side. All right. So look, note the speed here. Ping google.com. Have you seen the speed? 142 milliseconds. 142 milliseconds. And look at this. This is just 0.86 milliseconds, telling you that I'm actually talking to the server itself and not from a distance. Do you understand? So you can see that. You can see there was a time I tried downloading a software of about 5 gig. It downloaded in 30 seconds, if I'm not exaggerating. In 30 seconds, 5 gig software was able to download to my cloud-based provider, to my cloud-based server. Of course, if I let me show you. I think there was maybe I deleted that software, but I know I have Android Studio I downloaded to my cloud. Now look at Android Studio. Look at the size. Okay, this is just 103 megabytes. But there was a software I downloaded very large in seconds. So that's so it's on the cloud. So any software you want to get, of course, it's at the speed of light. So that's just the interesting thing about being on the cloud. So that's just that. Let me close that session for now, and let's progress with something else. All right. So that's for the cloud. That's for your ping, your packet internet Gopa is used for connectivity tests. So right now it tells me it can reach Google. Of course, you can see that. So if I want to end it, I'll just say Control C. It exits it. All right, it stops it because if I don't end it, it will keep doing a continuous test. Do you understand? So that's just it. All right. So the next thing I just want us to, just to walk us through is word processing programs, and I'm gonna use I'm not gonna start launching Google on the sorry uh Office on the cloud. It could be a bit slow. So let me just use Google's Docs. So it's just the same. So your Microsoft, your word processing application, like I told you, is just a software that allows you to it's any software that has an editor, all right, that can allow you input files, input text, format those text, update the text, uh, get the output of the text, and all of that is just a word processor, or is just a word processing application. So Google actually have their own version of word processing, which is called Google's Docs. So it's a version of Microsoft Word, all right? So on the cloud, yes. So everything you can do on Microsoft Word, you can do it with Google's Docs, and even much better because it's on the cloud. You can collaborate, which is very, very important. I know Microsoft added collaboration not too long. I know they didn't really, they never had that. So you can share documents with someone with your Microsoft, but then you need internet access. You need to synchronize with your Microsoft account. So you have to log in, you have to sign into your Microsoft account, your on your Microsoft locally into your in your computer. So you have to sign in so that it can be in sync. So anything you're doing on your computer, you can also share it with the storage on the cloud, which is what's it called? OneDrive, Microsoft OneDrive. That's their cloud-based storage. While Google's cloud-based storage is called Google's Drive. All right, so I actually show you how to do a couple of editing, just very few things, but I'm pretty sure you know most of these things. So rather than spending time trying to show you how to be typing, because I know a lot of you type and you format, I'm going to focus on the area I know you don't know, which has to do with collaboration on the cloud. So you have the share feature, and you also have the comments feature. All right, that's the like the key thing. All right, that's a game changer I want to show you when it comes to using things on the cloud. So if I'm collaborating, I can have, it has a feature where I can put comments to my content. For example, I'm working with a friend on a project. We can collaborate on this project. I can look through his documents and see some of and add some comments like I've just done. All right, I can add some comment. I can say essay, uh, please update this line, and I can add this comment. Do you understand? So you can see there's a comment. So if I share the URL with my friend who I'm actually working on this document with, you can see, oh, Nathaniel said I should update this line, and you can now look through it. Okay, this line, okay. So do you understand? So that's one interesting feature of applications on the cloud, word processing applications on the cloud. Then you also have the share feature. So the share feature allows you, I need to save it before I can share. So let me just call it Nathaniel docs. So the share feature allows you to share this document with somebody. Do you understand? So if you want to share this document with somebody, you just need to just click on the share feature. So you can type the person's email. Let me say Kate Baker. I want to share this document with Kate Baker. So if I type maybe her name or someone, anyone I have in my email list, the person's name appears and all, so I can just share it with the person. Or if I don't want to use this means of going through email, I can also share the link via the URL. So all I just need to do is to click on copy link. But in this case, when I'm copying the link, there's something I want to show you very importantly. You need to do some editing here because you can see you have this feature already enabled that is restricted. Only people can add to this link. Only people added to this added can open this link. Sorry, yeah. So only people added can open these documents. All right. So you can change this to anyone as well if you don't want it to be restricted. So anyone that has this link can actually work on this document. Then you also have a feature like a role-based feature. All right, where you can set some rules. Should the person be a commenter or an editor? So if I set commenter and I share this URL, the person can only comment on my document. He can't edit it. If I go with editor, the person will be able to edit my document and all. If I only set it to viewer, the person have the URL, the person can only see the document. So please note this sharing feature. I will definitely ask you, what if a shared document is set to editor or set to commenter or set to viewer? What can the person do? Do you understand? So you should be able to tell me what this each of these roles can do. I told you for viewer, the document is set to viewer, the person can only do a read only. He can't edit, he can only read the document, he can't edit it, he can't comment it. The document is set to commenter, the person can comment on the document only, but the person can't edit. But if the document is set to view editor, the person can edit, the person can comment, the person can also view, the person can do what the commenter and the viewer can do. I hope that makes sense to you. I'm pretty sure it does. All right, so that's for the sharing feature on Google's Doc, or let me not say Google's Doc, not be vendor specific, on word processing applications. All right, virtually any modern word processing program should have a comment and sharing feature. I'm pretty sure Microsoft Word does have. I'm sure, except you're not using the version of Microsoft, which is if you're not using maybe 213 or the Office 365 version, then that's why you might not have this sharing feature. But if you're using any of them, you should definitely have the comment and sharing feature. All right, so all these just the menu bar. So I can probably I don't expect me to tell you which of these items are menu. I mean, not tell you all these kind of things, baby like questions. Sure, these are the kind of questions I've asked, the sharing feature and all, and or what is the what which of these is a word processing application, Google's Doc, Microsoft Word, Impress, which of course I told you is the Linux-based Impress. Sorry, not Impress. Impress is actually a presentation package. Writer, yeah, your library office writer. So that's for Linux. Okay, so Google Sheets. That's for Excel. Please just play around with these feature. If you don't use this, you can use the one on Edmodo. It's the same thing. So you log into your account, you come to Office, Microsoft Office. So you can make use of Word Online or PowerPoint Online or Excel online. So of course, I don't want you to say, okay, I wasn't able to access, I don't have Microsoft Word in my computer. You have it on Edmodo. So if you don't have Microsoft Word in your computer, you can also use the one on Edmodo, okay? All right. So no excuse. All right, I'm wrapping up right now. Let me just log on to Excel. There are more to Excel. I told you it's basically for mathematical operations. All right, since I'm basically not a fan to Excel as a thing, as a software, I don't really use it every so often actually. So, uh, but you can still play around with it, carry out some very simple mathematical operation. Let's say five, sorry, uh, basically, I talked about, I talked about cell. What is a cell? So basically, these are cells, all right? This is a cell, this is an active cell. Then the address of this cell is just the colon, all right, and the row, all right? The intersection between the colon and the row gives you the address. So this is A1. It starts with the letter first. So this is A1, and this is A2, this is A3, this is A4. If I come to this cell now, this is D4. If I come to this cell now, this is E7. Do you understand? If I come to this cell now, I will stay here. This is I14, all right, is the address of the cell. All right, so basically that's just it for cell. So maybe if I want to add in this cell, when you want to add in, I'll just show you just this very basic. We're already running out of time. In addition, if you're carrying out any mathematical operation in cell in Excel, you start it with an equal sign. All right, equal sign. All right, equal. All right, let me say I want to sum. So I'll just start with equal. Any formula in Excel starts with an equal sign. All right, so I'll start equal. So I want to say equal sum. Okay, let me just follow the standard capital letter M. Equal sum. So I want to sum from A1 to A5 and I want to see the result. So I'm going to type the address A1, sorry, A1. Now I'm going to put a colon because I want to do a range from A1 to A6, sorry, A5. All right, then I'll end it. Do you understand? So you're going to see it's doing a sum from A1 to A5. So I'll press the enter key. So you can see it has now sum it for me. Do you understand? So that is how you just do some basic operation. All right, in this is just a very basic. So there are a lot of basic mathematics. Sorry, there are a lot of basic. There are a lot of mathematical operations. Your subtraction, multiplication, division, and all of that you can do as well. But of course, this wasn't in your scope, Sha, of your Excel or what you need to know in Excel. I'm just bringing it up for you, Sha. But just note, you can do a lot of mathematical operation on Excel. Okay, there are a lot of things, mathematical operations. You can create charts. You can create batch. You can create any kind of chart you want to create on Excel. All you just need is the data. So feed in the data and use it to generate your charts. Do you understand? So that's basically the interesting thing about Excel. So all I just want you to know about Excel is you should be able to know what it's make is actually used for. All right. Okay, so that's basically what I expect you to know what to do in Excel. So I might just give you a very simple, no, anyways, if I give you a simple thing to calculate in Excel, you can just end up using your calculator. So I wouldn't maybe use Excel to calculate the sum. So I wouldn't want to do that. All right. So that's basically that. Okay. I don't know if there's anyone that has a question. I'm wrapping up already. So if you do have a question, just read through. The exam is just going to be simple. Of course, you know what we actually covered this term wasn't just that much. There's more of practicals. You can see a lot of practical, and I wish I can set up a practical session on the exam. It's not going to be possible. It's just it's just sad. I can't do that. If I need to do that, I will have to have a different application for that. But that's unnecessary. Okay, any questions so far? Any questions so far? Please, if you do have a question, indicate with the raise of your hand so that I can listen to what you have to say. While I'm waiting for the question, I wish you the very best in the exam. Trust me, the exam is going to be very simple. Trust me on this. If you followed this session while I started, okay, just trust me, you're making a good grade in the exam. The exam is very simple. As long as you followed what I did and you followed what I did last week as well, when I talked about virtual machine, I talked about operating system, different type, different examples, look at different types of operating systems, know what is an operating system, know what is a CLI, what's the full meaning of the acronym CLI. You should know what some commands do, which of course I gave you some hints of some of them you'll be seeing and what they do. And a lot of you showed me turn in some commands I told you to research on. So look at I can just pick from some of those commands and give you. Yeah, that reminds me. To launch Microsoft Word, this is the command you use, WinWord, from on the run dialog box. WinWord, please don't forget this command. If you've forgotten, please note it down now because you see it. What command is used to launch Microsoft Word? And what command is used to launch Excel? To use launch Excel from the run dialog box is just Excel. All right, so note this command: WinWord to launch Microsoft Word from the run dialog box, and Excel to run Microsoft Word from the run Excel from the run dialog box. Okay, no question. I'm wrapping up. So see you guys next week, and do have a wonderful weekend. All right, cheers. I'll upload the video of the session. So if you never got anything clearly, you can still watch the video, right?